Hey guys, this is Mike back with another video here on the new Musical Fidelity A1 integrated amplifier. So if this looks familiar, if you're used to the A1 was an amp that Musical Fidelity released back in 1985, and it really revolutionized the entire Class A amplifier community, those who love these amps. It was such a radical design, for the mid 80s. And it's not a large amp, it's maybe, well, I actually have the dimensions here. Of course, it's in millimeters, but it's about 3.5, almost 4 inches tall. It's a pretty short amplifier, but it's got a really unique roll to the front here. It's kind of this front panel is an angle and then this sharp angle downward in the front, really unique, and it looks stunning like the original. This design is now at this point almost 40 years old, so it is really cool to see them bring back a classic like this. And it's September of 2023 and they just released this amp. It's a whole new redesign. It is sort of the version 2. But I mean, it really encompasses what this amp was back in the 1980s. And even the selector. This is all you need to know in 1980s is there's actually a tape input on here, which of course is just line level. You do have your tape, 2 auxes, tuner, CD, and then you have your phono stage. And that's all done with this manual selector knob. Really kind of cool to see a tape input again on a piece of new equipment. So that was really cool. As we go across, this is an interesting one too, this normal and direct switch. Normal and direct, it's kind of a different way. It's not quite, some other manufacturers say line straight. Not in this case. This is actually bypassing all of the gain stages before the volume control. So essentially there's no gain until you get past the volume control, which then goes to the amplifier. According to the spec sheet here, you lose about 10 dB by putting it in direct mode, but it bypasses that entire front end gain stage. The original design, 1985, it was a manual only volume control, looked very similar. This new one now is an updated Alps RK series potentiometer, and the beauty part, it also is motorized. So it comes with this nifty little remote control, which actually feels really nice. I just figured out it's magnetic as well. So it helps not to lose it. Volume up, volume down, and mute. I mean, really, what more do you need? I mean, that's perfect. Little IRI on the front, and then your power switch. It's got the typical Musical Fidelity blue LED lighting. So what makes this a little different from the older design of the A1, they didn't want to change anything. They tried to just improve on the original without changing it cosmetically. The new transformer, they call it a dual mono split rail winding. I believe what that is just 2 windings, one for the left, one for the right, going into an independent power supply. If you look at the shots, I'll see if I can post one here below. There's 2 power supplies. There's a left and a right, totally independent of each other. All filter and capacitors are split left and right. So you get a true sort of dual mono off of one transformer. So it's not like true dual mono, like if you get into the Musical Fidelity, some of their bigger amps like the M6. It is true dual mono, 2 transformers, 2 power supplies, 2 sets of filters, just everything split left to right. Again, the IR remote is fantastic. And then all the transistors in the output devices, they are modern. They're not, vintage transistors. But they are the modern equivalent, which arguably could be more reliable as well. Everything capacitor-wise in the signal path is polypropylene, ultra low noise, no electrolytics, resistors, low noise metal film. You gotta remember when this amp first came out in the 80s, most guys were still, engineering amps with carbon composition resistors. So having all metal film in the signal path is really a cool thing. And, they didn't change anything. Everything is just the modern equivalent, the same specs, the same, all your capacitors are the same microfarad. And even the layout, according to Musical Fidelity, the board has the similar layout, if not almost identical to the original circuit board. So, you know, they tried to make this amp retro, but at the same time update the things that might have been a little bit lacking on the older piece. Phono stage in this, like we said, it does have a phono stage. It is moving magnet and moving coil, which is pretty cool. And, you know, everything was designed for less noise, less hum. So where does this shine? Well, price point is really good, you know, for what this is. This is a pure Class A amplifier. It is 25 watts of pure Class A, which I know a lot of guys are saying, oh my God, 25 watts. What am I going to run with 25 watts? Way more than you think, like way more. This amp is a beast, and it runs so hot. That is my only caveat to it. This amp's been running now for a little while, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I can barely leave my hand on top of this amplifier. This whole top is an extruded aluminum heat sink. And I mean, it is really hot. I wouldn't doubt 110, maybe 115 degrees when this thing's really cooking. It's sort of what the only negative to Class A amplification. It's inefficient. It does waste a lot of energy as heat. But this amp does not consume a tremendous amount. I mean, according to our spec sheet, maximum consumption, 130 watts of energy. I'm sure that's at full output too. And I mean, every speaker so far I've been running on here, I barely get over this 9 o'clock position. When I start getting up here into this, you know, 10, 11 o'clock in the volume position, it is really loud. Most of the speakers I'm running on here, of course, you know, simple two-ways that are not super hungry. We did run a couple pairs of Spender on this, which were exceptionally good. Also, the new Focal Vestia, we've run them on here. I was just fooling around here and running the Soper 2s on them, and even that, it's shoving around a pair of, you know, $21,000 Soper 2s. Unbelievable. And sounds great. Little warm, kind of to be expected, Class A design. And it just absolutely musical. You know, the whole name Musical Fidelity, I think they hit it. All their amps, little on the warm side, but so musical, so exciting with the mid-range. We love them. So it's kind of just a brief overview. We might have another video coming on this amp again, talking about some of the pairings with various speakers. We may put some systems on our website, you know, examples. But if you're interested in this amp or any of our equipment, you know, reach out to us at the store here. You can call us. You could text us, 845-219-1730. You can email me if you'd like. Personally, my name is Mike, M-I-K-E, at HudsonValleyHiFi.com. We'd love to hear from you, you know, and if you have any questions, we're happy to help you. We are carrying this amp, obviously, in the showroom, so you can come demo it. We also have them in stock. It's a great piece. If you really want to experience what pure Class A sound can be like, come have a listen to the A1. It is really cool. And as always, if you could please subscribe to our channel so we can keep these videos coming, we greatly appreciate it. I think we surpassed 1,000 subscribers last I had looked, which is awesome. We want to keep making these for you guys and helping you out with any of your, you know, AV questions. So again, this is Mike from Hudson Valley Hi-Fi, and I thank you for watching.